Amongst several executive orders that President Trump recently signed, there was one on lobbying, and I know you and I have both looked at it. We've talked about it a little bit. For our viewers, if you could you highlight maybe two or three of the more prominent provisions in that order?
Sure, and that's a great question. Obviously, the president's been doing a lot of executive orders. You can go to the White House website and go to presidential actions and see all of the executive orders, including this one that was done on January 28th. Keeping in mind, these are for executive branch employees. There's a lifetime ban on representing foreign governments. That's very significant. I believe they bumped from 2 years to 5 years the ban on lobbying the respective agencies. So if you work for the White House, if you work for the Commerce Department, just go alphabetically down the list, every federal agency, you will not be able to lobby that particular agency, essentially prospectively your past employer for 5 years. That is very significant. What did not get as much publicity, and I think those are all good things, is that if you have been a registered lobbyist during the next 2 years and now work for the administration in capacity X, you're Chinese walled from those issues for the prior client, which all I think are good reforms. And there have been significant reforms, even frankly more far-reaching, by our House Speaker here that affect state lobbyists. The President Trump executive order, in effect, is something that employees have to agree to those conditions, and those are federal executive.
Federal orders, okay. Yeah. So what about the, what were you talking about on the state level here?
On the state level,
significant changes?
Yeah, thank you, Frank. On the state level, keeping in mind there was a November election, the state legislature reorganizes. I believe we have either 43 or 46 new state House members out of 120, which is a huge turnover. 20 new state senators out of 40, although frankly, except for 3 or 4, most of those are former state House members. So they're new to the Senate, but not the process. But particularly the House of Representatives and Speaker Corcoran, more transparency. If you represent public agencies, those contracts now have to be public. Every budget item now has to go through a live committee meeting, which is brand new, and more transparency there on spending taxpayer dollars. If you are a state House member, you were previously barred from lobbying the state legislature for 2 years. That's now going to be 6 years. So those are all very significant and on the House of Representatives website.